There you have it, guys. Smallmouth. Got a little bit of a throw hook, but he seems to be doing okay. We're going to put him back in the water really quick. Good morning. So today we are back at the river again, but I wanted to try something a little different. Today I'm going to try creature baits. We're going to Texas rig them, give them a shot. These are green pumpkin. So I've seen some YouTube videos with some guys using them, and they were having some pretty good success. Now we've been doing really good with the black with blue speck Gary Yamamoto worms, which I still want to work with, but we're going to give the creature bait a little bit of a chance. So let's give these crayfish a shot and see if we can't catch something. So today might be one of those weird days where I can see better without my glasses. Isn't that weird? Anybody else have that situation? I mentioned it in another video, but for some reason, it seems like when without my glasses. Nah, never mind. So it's pretty still. We got quite a bit of rain last night. We got rain night before that. It does appear that the water is up a little bit. It's up over some of the greenery. So that's good stuff. Oh, I just saw 2 fish jump in the area that we fish, so that's encouraging. That is definitely encouraging. We're gonna go in kind of stealth. I don't like to make a lot of noise when I go in there. They obviously, they can hear us, guys. If you don't think the fish can hear you, they can definitely hear you. If you watched my Seize the Day Carpe Diem video, you're gonna see that I coughed and a huge fish behind me had jumped up. So don't be fooled. They know we're here. So today the idea is to use some creature baits, and I wanted to show you the assortment of creature baits that we decided we're going to give a shot to. Your crawdad style, crayfish style, plastic bait. We also have these, they're called Yum tube baits. I'm going to give those a shot. And we also have, this is a Gary Yamamoto creature bait. They all pretty much have a kind of a green pumpkin look to them. You know, I mean, they're one green pumpkin from one company could be a little different than the other company. Now this was assorted, so this one actually has a little bit of orange on it. So this may be attractive to the fish that we're working with here. And I thought, just for the fun of it, this is a little salamander with a blue tail. This, I think, is going to be, oddly, I've never caught anything with them before. I usually only use creature baits as trailers on my spin baits. So it's going to be interesting to Texas rig them and just throw them out there and see what happens. This has the color I like. The green pumpkin in here I haven't done too well with. The black, and this does have a few blue specks in it, and it's super salty. This may have something to do with it. We'll put this one on a little later. Let's start off with we got a frog talking to us. I thought it was something going on with my GoPro, but there's a frog somewhere near here by us. Okay, let's throw on the power bait. We're gonna start off with this guy first. I think he's the most realistic as far as what a crayfish looks like. And here we are, guys. This is power bait green pumpkin crayfish, creature bait. So, I don't know if this is gonna work or not, but I threw a rattle on the bottom. So let's give this guy a shot. Oh, super light. Now the rattle's really only gonna give me any kind of effect on the retrieve, but yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. And maybe, who knows, maybe that rattle might get in our way. That's the beauty of fishing. You never know. You just never know. I kind of expected him to get pulled out a little bit more. He actually caught the reverse current. He's actually heading back. I really think that rattle might get in the way. So I'm not sure that rattle's really going to do what we're hoping it's going to do, other than to be in the way and be a big red blotch. You know, when all you can think about is your rig setup, that you're probably not set up the way, well, certainly not the way you want. But you know, if you don't have any action, you're going to be blaming that rig. I have coffee today. Just in case anyone was wondering, I am drinking coffee. It's about, I'd say it's probably about 7:30 now. The setup takes some time. So, you know, you got to get yourself ready to go fishing. Got to get all your lures ready, rod. I have a little bench here that I'm sitting on. So you need to get that stuff ready. Well, now that's doubled when you got to get the camera ready, the tripod ready. Make sure you have batteries. So it adds another element to fishing. The prep time is different. So sometimes I'm like, all right, I want to get on the water by no later than 7 o'clock. And by the time you know it, you add in an extra 10 minutes on getting your camera equipment ready. Not that I don't love this. What I like about this particular bait, if you guys ever get your hands on one, as I said, they sell them at Walmart. It's a power bait, basically the crawdad. This one's green pumpkin, but when you pull them through the water, their claws kind of flap around like this, so it kind of gives it a nice look when it goes through the water. Don't think that rattle's helping me. Matter of fact, the rattle, I think, is actually floating a little bit, and that could be creating some issues, because it's flipping my bait upside down, because I think the rattle has a little bit of a float to it. So we're going to pull that off. Here's the rattle sound. So it was worth a shot, but you know what? Not today. Not today. All right, I got him a little bit of skin hook there too. So there we are, that's what we're working with. As I said, these guys like to flap around a little bit. You want to get them when you put the hook in, try to get it right between the eyes best you can. That's going to be a good center point. You don't want to be off too much, because then your the bait, when it comes back, will be off kilter a little bit. And you want to try to keep them nice. So let's throw them out there. Super light, really light. So curious to see if he gets pulled with the current a little better now without the rattle. We'll just have to see. We'll bring you back if we catch a fish, or if any action happens, or I have something super interesting that you need to know about that I have inside this brick of a head I have. So we'll be back if anything happens. I promise. Okay, so our power bait's still out there. Not really getting any action. This power bait I've used as a trailer on my spin baits, and I've had very good success with them. Standing alone, Texas rigged, not really feeling that I can't get the casts. Can't really work that bank out so much. I really can't get the cast out far enough. So I have a heavier creature bait, which I'm gonna use, which is the Gary Yamamoto. We're gonna give this guy a shot. So we're gonna bring our power bait crayfish in and switch them over to the Gary Yamamoto creature bait. Let's give that a shot. Okay, so I have the Gary Yamamoto creature bait on right now, and I just overcast straight across the riverbank. So much different in weight. My other lure, I could barely make it halfway across the river, and my first cast, I was like right into the grass over there. If you can see over there, right into the grass. So fortunately, it popped out. So as I said here before with the river, we have fish that like to kind of scan the area. Even though you got the bank edge, I like to lay my lure down in those bank edges. In this one, I could certainly do that. I don't feel any fluttering when I pull them through. Oh, a little bit. Oh, he's a heavy Mamaluke. He's so girthy that this might be a little tough to get hooks at. Might be a little tough. Good caster though. If you like to cast far, this is the creature bait for you. So I've tried this creature bait on my spin baits as a trailer, and it was just so heavy it was really dragged down. But maybe it's a great standalone creature bait. Certainly very castable, where the power bait, you couldn't cast it. And it does seem to be flowing with the current, which is good. So the other thing you want to do with these, you could pull them through the water. They're going to do some action, but you can actually jig them as well. So it's going to sit on the bottom like this, and when you jig it up, it's going to come down, land back down, kind of sit on the floor, come up, land, come up, land. That's kind of what a crayfish might do. Up, land. Now with the current, for all I know, I could be picking him up and he may be moving with the current. Okay, no luck with Gary. So we're gonna go to is the Yum creature bait. So here's my thinking with these. Okay, they call them assorted. I think we all know what's going on here. So what is happening is, I'm sure that Yum is producing a green pumpkin color and thinking, oh man, we're gonna switch colors out. Well, you know, it's gonna cost us a lot of money to pump all that plastic out and then go into another one. So I think they just said, you know what, let's just call them assorted, and we'll allow the colors to mix, and who knows, maybe they'll catch fish. So it's inexpensive. The one thing I don't like about these is if you see that cut down the middle, they tear in half quite easily. They're usually only good for 1 or 2 catches. I've used them as trailers again. Today is a whole nother day of, you know, fishing these by themselves on Texas rig. We haven't had any success as of yet, no hits. So let's put this guy out there and see what it has to offer. Give it a shot. Another light caster. For our conditions here with the current, if I can get him out there, I'm in good shape. And we fish on. No bites, no hits. Next up, on deck, is the black lizard. The black and blue lizard. And this area has been stingy. I usually don't, I think the other day was the first time I caught more than one here. And this little spot here is the home of a lot of smallmouths. And I'll tell you, the smallmouth catch over a largemouth catch, hands down, smallmouth has it. Smallmouth is definitely the winner. Well, with the couple that I've caught this year, all jumpers, but not just jumpers and up and out, you know, up and down. Up, and they kind of do like a dolphin kind of swim across the water. It's amazing. So fun to catch. Let's see if we can get this guy out there. We're gonna bring that one back. You know, it's funny. Is there ever really a bad cast? Maybe I didn't cast it exactly where I thought I was gonna land it. There's times I've made bad casts and the fish glop up my bait as it hits the water. And I'm thinking, oh, that one's gonna really suck. Sometimes you just gotta let it go. You don't know where things are gonna fall naturally. I kind of doubt seriously in the middle of the river, but you never know. There could have been a gust of wind that blew a crawfish across the sky. Probably not. I'm not seeing too many breaks in the water today. As I said, with that rain yesterday, sometimes the next day, because the water's all kind of clouded up, and food source is plentiful because everything got washed down and there's a lot of stuff hanging around. So things that don't look too natural may not really get hits, or they will, because they don't know what's coming. We're going to switch over to the black lizard. The thing I like about the black lizard is it's got that blue wiggly tail. I mean, he certainly looks fun, doesn't he? He just looks fun. I've not caught anything with this. I tried to hook him on with a trailer. It was just too much. So I ended up taking him down about halfway and letting that blue tail wiggle around. Don't think I've ever caught anything with it as a trailer. So I'm curious to see if this guy is the guy today. It's going to be really interesting. He's a cool looking guy, isn't he?
Hey everybody, I'm here to catch fish. Howdy do.
Alright, that was silly. But hey, you know what? I'm sitting on the side of a riverbank about a mile in from the road, which I walked. You're gonna say crazy things, even though you got the camera on. That grass right there, that's not quite it. Let's bring this guy back. We'll give him a little flipping action. Let's make it an action bait. Lay down, we're gonna give it a shot. Yeah, I just don't have the distance here, guys. So we had a little bit, I can barely call it action, but we had a little bit of a few little hits. Yeah, it's just too light. It's just too light to get across. It's too light to get it where I want. I want to be under the high grass under there on the other side, and it's just not happening. Just not happening.